So here's Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you know Joe Biden had a big problem with being too handsy with people, so he decided to attack it like this.
By the way, he gave me permission to touch him.
And he looks thrilled about it.
What the fuck? Isn't that what John Wayne Gacy says? What are you doing? What do you do? Hey, how about you leave a kid out of your political bullshit? How about that? How about you leave a 10-year-old out of it? By the way, he's 10 and he can't give consent, you fucking creeper. He's 10.
So many 10-year-old kids have the wherewithal to say no to a former vice president that's surrounded by Secret Service guys with fucking guns. Yeah, it's the kid's fault. Maybe he should buy a fucking video game system with all of his extra money. You godless cocksucker, Joe Biden, go fuck yourself.
Just a point of order. Graham, I am supposed to be the angry guy on the panel. And I feel like you're stealing some of my angry thunder.
I'm sorry. I drove here with Ron Placone, who's a fantastic man, from my one-bedroom rent-controlled apartment because these motherfuckers stole my home, so I'm a little fucking pissed off when I hear assholes getting fucking, oh, I'm gonna vote for these fucking godless dipshits that would skull fuck a puppy if it turned a nickel. I'm sorry, I haven't done yoga in 2 days, Jimmy. It's my fault.
You're still doing it. This is not how this is supposed to go.
I'm gonna do yoga right now.
Could
just
you
to
do
get my
downward
center
dog
back.
for me, please?
Manifest it.
Yeah, look, that's nice.
There you go.
That's nice. Oh, showboat.
Hold it for 10. 1.
Graham, it looks like when you started that, it looked like you were getting ready to get fucked in the ass by the banks. That's what it looks like to me, I don't know.
Well, I asked for permission.
So
Hey, you know what? I'm starting to get fucking mad too. This is fun, guys. Come on, Ron, try it.
So Joe Biden, that's who he is. This is who Joe Biden.
By the way, he gave me permission to touch him.
Okay, just can you imagine there's a point in your life where you say that on stage with a fucking, yeah, you thought I could. Who's writing your speeches? Louis C.K.? I always ask first.
Right? That'd be insane. Nobody fucking does that, right?
Nobody. Oh, you're doing Louis C.K.? Did you just do Louis C.K.?
Yes. Oh, we'll just talk about jerking off for the rest of the show. How about that? That's what the show is now. Just me, Louis C.K. talking about jerking off in front of people. Right? He's not playing here, is he? I may have made a giant mistake.
He's not playing here, but he's always playing somewhere.
Yeah, the Joe Biden Fundraiser.
Yeah, if he did write Joe Biden's speech, it'll end with Joe Biden going, I'm sorry if any of you looked up to me. I'm sorry about that.
So Joe Biden actually, well, here's, I don't know what this is. Let's play it. I don't know what it is.
I have the most progressive record of anybody running for the United States. Anybody who would run.
So he said he has the most progressive record of anybody running or would run.
All right, first of all, I am going to get fucking angry here when I hear things like this from that fucking empty suit corporate tool. Fuck him. I'm starting to get angry now, too. For real. But I have to do it. Most progressive. Jesus
But
Christ.
unfortunately for Joe Biden, Mr. Morality, Mr. the Anti-Trump, a videotape just surfaced from him from 2006 when he was raising money to run in 2008. And we want to hear some of it? So I've showed you before that it was Bill Clinton who started demonizing Mexicans and immigrants. And I've showed you those videotapes and Hillary Clinton bragging about, I voted for a wall. We voted for, some places it was a fence, but some places. So I've showed you that. Well, here's Joe Biden, and let's watch.
The country that is a church-style democracy where they have the greatest disparity in wealth. It's one of the wealthiest countries.
So he's talking about Mexico, and he says it's one of the wealthiest countries
in the hemisphere. And because of a corrupt system that exist in Mexico. There is a 1%.
He just said because of the corrupt system in Mexico, he goes, there's the 1%,
Population at the top, a very small middle class,
a very small middle class.
and the rest is abject poverty.
Sounds like fucking America, Joe. There's the 1%, a very small middle class, and the rest is that. Smells like fucking America, but he's saying Mexico is corrupt. Corrupt! Mexico is more corrupt than the United States. Somehow, Mexico is corrupt.
You know, I would assume that politicians speak in a different style when they're talking to donors. I just wouldn't have guessed that style would have been Mussolini. This is like a totally different person.
Well, very good, Mike. Here we go. This gets way worse. Has anyone seen this yet, by the way? It just came up. Okay, here we go.
I voted for a fence.
I voted for a fence.
I voted unlike most Democrats. Some people don't like it. I voted for 700 miles.
He voted for 700-mile fence. He's fucking screaming it at the top of his lungs. He's bragging about it. We need to stop the racist guy who wants to build a wall, so let's unite behind the racist guy who wants to build a fence. It gets better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Biden's private position, by the way.
Is that the name of his late night show?
Let me tell you, we can go fence 40 stories high unless we change the dynamic in Mexico. And
He said we can build a fence 40 miles high, but it's not going to work unless you change the system in Mexico.
you will not like this. And punish American employers who knowingly violate the law when in fact they hire illegally. Unless you do those two things, all the rest is window dressing. And I know I'm not supposed to say it that bluntly, but they're the facts. They're the facts. And so everything else we do is in between here. Everything else we do is at the margin. The reason why I started medically, why I believe defense is needed is not related to immigration as much as the drugs.
No, I can't hear what the fuck he's saying right here.
Wait, hold on. Can we just, for my own benefit, pretend this is like a sales convention that he just walked in and crashed and started yelling at these people?
I remember this,
Whoa, hey, buddy, we don't.
this reminds me of my dad screaming about the continental breakfast. This fucking sausage is cold, and nobody wants to hear it, but I'm gonna say it.
I don't know the national crime bill. I'm the guy that wrote the national drug check. I'm the guy that wrote the law that set up a drug czar.
So he just bragged about, I'm the guy who set up the law that created a drug czar. That's what he's bragging. It's progressive. He is excited about that. He is.
Let me tell you something, folks. People are driving across that border with tons.
Now listen to what he says here. He goes, let me tell you something, folks. They drive across that border with tons of what, Joe?
Tons. Hear me. Tons. Of everything from byproducts of methamphetamine to cocaine to heroin.
Wow, there's another guy who says the exact same thing, and his name is Donald Trump. And that's why he wants to build a border wall 700 miles long. Well, I'm glad we're gonna vote for Joe Biden, who's the exact fucking same thing as Donald Trump, to defeat Donald Trump. Isn't this is to be one of the most fucked up things. There's a little bit more to this, but let's here we go.
And it's all coming up through corrupt Mexico. So I would have, as they say in the southern part of my state, I had them all recalled, those boys. I had a little something more to me. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Anything you know about me. I've been doing this a long time. I've known every single major world leader in every country for the past 40 years. And I know a lot of the wealthy people, not like you guys in this business. I've been descended from the 4th century script over in the history of the United States.
So now he tells a joke, but I can't hear it. Here it comes, watch. Oh, I wish I knew what the fuck he said. He's in a room full of white people. I'm sure he said something about putting poor brown people in jail or something.
A lot of line folks is, we got to level with these folks.
He says we got to level with these folks. So that's his big thing, is that I'm a truth teller. You might not want to hear it, but Mexicans are bringing drugs across the border, and we need to build a wall. And
Don't tell me in Mexico you expect to get the same kind of treatment that we give other democracies.
he said, don't tell me Mexico, don't tell me you'd expect the same treatment that we give other democracies.
And you don't act in a democratic way.
Did he just hit that guy? Like, what is he doing?
That's what he gets for falling asleep.
It's like some guy. I feel like Biden was just at an all-you-could-drink wedding in the next ballroom over, and just fucking stumbles in. I'll tell you something about a fucking fence. Like, Uncle Joe, come on.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Joe's never had a piñata at one of his children's birthday parties. What's funny is the waiter just asked him how he liked the enchiladas. Anyway, so what he means by a corrupt system in Mexico that allows drugs to come into our country, he means it's corrupt because it can't be overpriced and sold for a huge profit. That's what he means. Damn you, Jose, for interfering in our national drug scam. Mexico is corrupt. I mean, folks, have you ever noticed how little guacamole Chipotle gives you? It's fucked up. And I didn't know that bellhops were forced to wear body cams, but the cops don't have to. Isn't that weird?
In defense of Joe Biden and his little speech he gave here, he plagiarized it.
So there's the guy who's supposed to be the antidote to Trump, sounding exactly like Trump, but just 14 years ago? So just before Trump. So he was priming the pump for Trump the whole time, just like Hillary Clinton, just like Bill Clinton, and just like Barack Obama. They were priming the pump for Trump all the time. And now that we have Trump, they're like, oh, you gotta go vote for us because we'll fix everything. That's not what's gonna happen.
And you know, Jimmy, I just really think that the best course for our country would be if Joe Biden ran as a Republican against Donald Trump.
Yes!
Get out of the Democratic Party. You're not a progressive, Joe.
Hey, you want to get rid of Donald Trump? Run as a Republican and beat him in the primary.
And he would beat him.
He would beat him in the primary. I bet. No, he wouldn't. It was so funny.
By the way, he gave me permission to touch him.
Next live Jimmy Dore show is June 5th. That's a Wednesday at Hermosa Beach Comedy Club in Hermosa Beach, California. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets. We might be coming to your town. And if you love the show, please become a patron. Please support the show. We give you hours of bonus material every week. And please click that bell and make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are already subscribed, they unsubscribe people every day. Just check. Thanks for your support.